Hello, my name is Taylor Elwood, your cult author and host of MagicalExperiments.com. Lately I've been reading a book called The Sorcerer's Secret, Strategies in Practical Magic by Jason Miller. It's a good book. It's especially good for people who are just starting out in magic. But it's interesting because in reading it, I've been kind of, reading his ideas about practical magic and what he thinks of them as, and it kind of got me to thinking about, well, what are my ideas about practical magic? I'm definitely a believer in using practical magic to solve problems and handle situations. But at the same time, I'll admit I probably do a substantial less amount of practical magic than I used to, at least in the sense of summoning spirits and working magic to handle situations or other things like that. I used to do it a lot more, and you might wonder, well, why don't you do it now? And I guess it comes down to the fact that if we define practical magic as magic that's used to handle practical external situations, then yes, I don't do a lot of it. If we define practical magic as also being magic that we do to look at our own role within those situations and how we have helped to create them, and then consequently to work on changing that role, then we have a different story, because then I actually have done a lot of practical magic over the last few years. My thought on practical magic is that practical magic is not just used to handle external situations. It's also used to examine your role in those situations and how you've contributed to them. So let's say, for example, you had to do a money magic spell because you had some money you needed to get. That's fine and well, but what are you going to do the next time you have that problem arise? I believe that practical magic is most effective when it not only helps you handle the problem, resolve the problem at hand, but it also helps you identify the areas in your life that you need to work on. So to me, if I have to do a magical working for financial reasons, I want to also look at my attitudes and beliefs about finances and start changing those in order to have a better outlook on the situation and not have to go through that particular reality again. Now, granted, there's only so much I can ultimately do when it comes to finances. I can set up an emergency savings account and invest in the right kind of mutual funds and stocks and bonds and all this other stuff. I can do all that, and I could still have a financial disaster occur where everything gets ripped away and I need to do some financial magic again. Fair enough. Sometimes there are external circumstances which have nothing to do with your role beyond maybe the fact that you invested badly or something like that. But if you didn't, then it just comes down to, okay, sometimes you need to use magic to handle a situation. But I find overall that if you can identify your role in a particular situation and handle it and change the particular limiting beliefs and issues that you have that help create that problem, that consequently the need to do practical magic to solve a situation decreases. Because what you've done is you've stabilized that area of your life. And as you stabilize your life and as you figure out what it is you can do in your mundane activities differently, the need for magical activities decreases to some degree. Now, this doesn't mean that you still don't need to do magical activities. It's just that consequently you're able to focus more on living your life and handling those situations without resorting to magic every time something occurs. I think magic is a wonderful activity, and I think it is a very useful practical skill. But I also think that understanding the role we all play in those situations and how we can change that role really can change our magical activities as a result. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's actually a good thing, because if we have better financial skills, if we have better skills in general when it comes to life, and we're able to say resolve personal difficulties much more easily, then the reality is that we diminish the drama, the problems, the other things that occur, and we're able to focus on living our lives productively, happy. And I think that that's much more important in the grand scheme of things than having to always handle problems and resolve situations. So it's worth looking, when you do some practical magic, it's worth looking at, okay, yes, I'm using this practical magic to resolve this situation, but what is my role in the situation as well? How did I participate, or how did I help to create this problem? It doesn't mean that it all came from you, but it's worthwhile looking at your role in it, because you wouldn't be needing to do magic per se if you didn't have some kind of role in it. Now, if you find that there's no fault and it just happened, well then fair enough, then just do that practical magic. But if you find that a similar problem happens again, chances are there's some kind of role that you are taking on, or some kind of attitude or belief that you have, or something that's contributing to the fact that you're in that situation again. And at that point, it's time to start looking at your life habits, your life activities, and start working on changing those. And in my opinion, the most powerful magic in the world is not the glitziest, flashiest, or the magic that you have to do to change a situation. It's the magic of living well, of being able to really get your life under control by recognizing how you contribute to the situations and experiences that you have in life, and then making the necessary changes so that you get to live the life you want to live, as opposed to living a life where you always have to solve problems because something happens. Now, can't speak for any of you, but I know for myself that I want to live a life that I like to live, as opposed to living a life where I'm miserable and unhappy and having to resolve problems. Thanks for watching, and be in touch next time.